Please confirm, Raz, once you're able to see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All right. So, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever time zone you are joining this event. My name is Arpit, and today I'm going to discuss about how to improve the customer service using Dynamic 365 and the Power Platform components. All right. So before getting into the session, I would like to give a brief introduction about myself. My name is Arpit Srivastav, and I am a Microsoft MVP. I'm recently been announced as a Microsoft MVP in the business application category. I've also been nominated as a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm a Power Platform architect who's working in Capgemini India. I've also been part of India Dynamic 365 user group. I'm a Power Community Ambassador, and I've done a lot of certifications like the PL 100, 200, 300, 400. So if you need any tips or some information related to the certification, you can get in touch with me. I usually post a lot of interesting stuff related to Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform on my social media channels. And I've recently started the the Zero to Hero Power Apps portals Canvas app video series. So if you get a chance to have a look at it, so just go to my YouTube channel and just see all the fundamental videos of that. And apart from that, I post a lot of interesting stuff on my on my blogs. So just go and check it out if you want to connect with me through these channels. Okay. So if I talk about the today's agenda, today I'm going to discuss about the customer service module of Dynamic 365. As we know that some of you have been already working in the Dynamic 365 since long, some from 2011 version of the time, and we have been using the customer services, and there are a lot of enhancement has been done by the Microsoft in these areas. So I'm not going to discuss about much about this module. I am going to discuss about how effectively you can utilize the components of Dynamic 365 and the Power App Power Platform components in order to streamline your business process, in order to streamline or making your customer services smooth. All right. So first I'm going to discuss about the challenges that currently organization are facing related to the customer services and the call center setups and all. Then I will discuss about how we can improvise your call centers and the customer services and the process that we are following in the organization using the Dynamic 365 and the Power Platform components. And just to demonstrate the capabilities of all the components, I have actually taken the example of lost and found process. So we will be having the live demonstration that how the lost and found process works. Okay, and obviously in the last of the session I will be taking up all the questions. Okay, so this is all about the today's agenda that we're going to cover in the next 1 hour. All right. So first, let's have a quick look on what are the challenges that the organizations or the call center setups, the customer services organization usually faces. Okay. The first challenge is the setup contact center in the less time. Okay. So as we already know that in this digital era, each and every organization and the companies has the pressure to set up the contact center in a very less time. So if I take the example of the COVID situation, right? So currently we have the COVID situation all over the world, and every country has the pressure, or the organization has the pressure to quickly set up the website, quickly set up, the self-service portals or the chatbots, or a lot of mediums they have to provide so that the citizens can interact with their, organization. They get their query resolved related to the vaccinations, related to some information related to the medicines or the hospitals. So these kind of information, if any of the citizen needs, they need the quick information from the system, right? So all the organization have this they face this kind of situation that they have to quickly set up their systems. They have to quickly set up the contact centers, right? So that they can quickly resolve the customer issues. If they will take the 6 to 7 months of time in order to set up their contact center, in order to take the customer query, then definitely not go and work, right? So in this current situation, we have to set up the contact center in the less time. So that is the one of the biggest challenge. The second point is that gaining a 360-degree customer view, right? So the current problem in the contact center is that the customer information is being scattered in the different systems. So if the customer is calling, or they are sending an emails, or whatever channels they are communicating with you. So you have to get the information of the customer from the different systems. So maybe their documents are stored in the different system, maybe their the financial information or their basic information. So the example is like that, if the information is being distributed among different systems, then you don't get a 360-degree view of the customer, right? So that is also a biggest challenge. The third thing is that all the contact center agents faces in the customer services while giving the customer services is they have to do a lot of things with less amount of times, right? So if they want to make their customer happy, if they want to give the customer satisfaction, they have to provide the prompt answers. They have to provide, they have to be very prompt, right, in a very less amount of times. And obviously they have to deal multiple customers at the same time as well. The fourth thing is the right number of agents at the right time. So this is also one of the challenge that the customer who is expert in a particular thing should take that particular query. So this is all the this is also one of the basic thing that if I'm not the expert of the COVID related information, and if I'm getting the queries related to that, so I'll not be the right person to give the right information, right? So this is one of the most important thing, that the queries, the emails or the chats is being flown to the right queues, so that they will get resolved as soon as possible. Often viewed a cost center. So obviously, I've seen there are a lot of contact centers. They spend a lot of, they spend a lot of monies to, to improvise their customer services. Okay, so that is also one of the basic thing. Multitasking environment. So like I already told you, sometimes the information of the customer which is being to whom you are providing the customer service, that information is scattered the multiple environment. They have to open different applications. They have to different environment. They have to open different tabs. So that is also create a lot of issues. Customer satisfaction, that is one of the most important thing. Training cost. So in this today's era, we don't have enough time to train our contact center agents. So because customer can ask any type of questions related to that, right? So so a lot of organizations spend a lot of monies to train their contact center agents as well. So that is also one of the most important challenges. Outsource environment. Sometimes your applications are integrated with some third-party applications or third-party systems. So you usually open that applications and takes a lot of time to get the information from the about the customer. So that is also one of the basic challenge. Poor data quality due to mistype in information or entering into the wrong place. That is also is one of the the major challenge of the contact centers. And there is one more app that I already discussed, like too many business application you have to manage, right? So being a call center, so if I am the call center agent, so I might get the SMS, I might get the calls, I might get the email. So multiple through the various social media channels. So a lot of mediums I can get the queries, right? So and I might need to open the multiple business applications. So I usually face a lot of challenges if I have to access different applications in order to get the customer information. And the last one is the complex business process with many steps. So these are all the challenges that the most of the organization faces while setting up the call center setup or the customer services. Okay, now what is the solution of this, all the challenges, all the problems? Okay, the solution of this problem that we are going to discuss today is Dynamic 365 and the Power Platform. Okay, now how the Dynamic 365 and the Power Platform solve this all kind of challenges, overcome all these the problems. Okay, so we have a lot of components that provided by the Power Platform or the Dynamic 365 that actually overcome these all the types of issues. Okay, the first component or the app that we can say is the Customer Insight. So I think in the next session, Jiva Rajan is covering in more details that what Customer Insight is all about. So the Customer Insight is basically it actually provide the holistic view. Okay, so it actually provides the holistic view of all the customers. Okay, now this customer information may be scattered in the different systems. So it is very necessary that that the call center agent will have the 360-degree view of the information. So Customer Insight is basically the features in the Dynamic 365 that actually provide the holistic view of the customer. It has some artificial intelligence capabilities, some insights capabilities, so that you can you can get the 360-degree view of the customer and can you can see that what cases are opens, what opportunities are there, what leads are there, what interaction has been done. So these all the information will be there in the single screen. Apart from that, it has the AI driven capabilities, so that if any decision has to be made, then that is also possible with the customer insight. Okay, the second component is the omni channel. So I'm also going to cover this topic in the live demonstration. The omni channel is one of the feature that is provided in the Dynamic 365 through which you can simply integrate your Dynamic 365 through various social media channels. You can chat with the customers with the WhatsApp, the Facebook, and there are a lot of mediums are there. So you can simply use the omni channel to interact with their customers. We have the field service. So we often need that we have to provide the services to the customer at the field or their site level, right? So for that purpose, we have the field service module available. So we have field service mobile app available. We have the some order management, so work order management available in the Dynamic 365. So without writing lot of amount of code in your system, you can simply streamline your customer service process in the field as well. We have the knowledge management. So as I were talking about, the organization spend a lot of monies on the trainings of to train the customer call center agents, right? So knowledge management plays a very vital role in the contact centers. So so call centers agent don't need to actually worry about that, what information they need to convey, what answer they need to, what resolution they have to provide to a particular query to the customers. They have the knowledge management available where they can store all the kind of the queries, the resolutions, and the information about a particular queries. Okay. The next point is that the customer self-service portal. So I'm also covering this in my live demo, that how the customer self-service portal also play a vital role in this whole customers, the services. Why the customer service portal is important in the service in the call center agents? Because nowadays, if we see, the 70%, almost as per the research, the 70% the citizens spend their time on the website. So if they find any issues or if they want to raise any sort of complaints or escalations, then they prefer to go with the website rather directly calling to the contact centers. And by doing that, if we providing some sort of self-service channel to the customer, we actually reduce the workload of the call center agent. So if I am facing any issue, I can directly go to the portals, I can log the request, I get the resolution through the knowledge article or the FAQs. So I don't need to contact the contact center agents in that case, right? So customer self-service portal is one of the major component which actually improvise the customer service and reduce the overhead of call center agents. The another component, that is the Power Platform component, is the Power Virtual Agent. So I think in the last session, the Sakir has already covered the Power Virtual Agent. So there are a lot of time where you want that the customer should interact with the chatbot, right? Unless it is really required to interact with the human agent, right? So for the human agent chatting, we have the omni channel, but unless it is really required, then we don't. We can simply use the Power Virtual Agent. So Power Virtual Agent simply provide the chatbot capabilities. So it actually provides a lot of the features that Sakir has already discussed. So we can use that as a part of self-service in the customer service. Okay. The next is the Power BI. So that Power BI is actually used to provide the dashboard, the reportings, and the analytics purpose. So it actually enable everyone to every level of your organization to make confident decisions using up to the analytics and to discover insight hidden in your data, right? So because in the contact center, it is very important that you have millions of records, you have millions of cases, the ticket raised in your system. So if I have to improvise my customer services, if I have to check the performance of the call center agents, I cannot have a look all the millions of records. I need some sort of analytics, the dashboards, right? And based on that, I have to take the decisions in order to improvise my customer service. So the Power BI is basically play a vital role in that. It actually provides the analytics and the dashboards. Based on that, your service managers and your higher level management can simply decide that how to improvise your customer services. We have the Power Automate. Power Automate, as I already told you, that currently, the most of the organization face the problem they are facing. They have very less time to set up the call centers, right? Because it depends on the what technology you are using. Okay, so if you have to write 1,000 lines of code in order to set up a call centers or a particular application, then it gonna take 5 to 6 months of time or more than that also. Power Automate is one of the feature launched by the Microsoft as part of Power Platform that actually automate your process. It actually automate your process, automate your business logic. It send the notification, it brings the data from the external systems without writing a single line of code. Okay, so you can simply use the Power Automate. So I have in my demonstration, I will show you that how I've leveraged the Power Automate capabilities in order to set up the lost and found process. Okay, and the last but not the least is the Power Apps. Okay, so obviously, if you have to design any applications or the mobile app, the tablet apps, so if you have to quickly set up that app, so customer self-service portal is also part of the Power Apps. So if you have to quickly set up a website, the mobile UI, then definitely the Power Apps is also one of the best way to design your application in a very short span of time. Okay, and this all the components actually used to overcome all the challenges that the customer or the contact center is having right now. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna discuss about the lost and found process. Okay, so we discussed about all the components, how we can overcome the issues, how we can utilize this component. Now in the live demonstration, we're gonna look at how the lost and found process works. So before the live demo, I just wanted to give you a quick overview that what is the purpose of the lost and how the lost and found process works. Okay. So lost and found is basically, it's a quite, known process. It's a quite known process. Okay. Request you to please some. Okay. All right. So lost and found process is quite, the well-known process actually, where someone has lost their items, maybe in the hotel or in the restaurant or maybe in the public places, and someone found that particular item. Okay, so lost and found is basically that process. Now, how we effectively provide this, the lost item to the concerned person, that process is called the lost and found process. Okay, so in this demo, we're going to discuss about that how effectively we can use the Power Platform components, the Dynamics 365 components in order to provide the service for lost items. Okay, so the whole process will look like this. So for example, someone has lost their items, maybe in the hotel or maybe in the office premises or maybe in the public area or maybe in the malls or in the shopping complexes. So there might be the possibility that the person is lost their item, and if someone find the particular item, and they will simply log that item in the system. Okay, and the another thing is the claim item. So now, when the person or the citizen will get to know that their item has been lost, so they will simply go to the portal, or they will simply choose some other medium of channel to go to the website, and they will claim for that particular item. We will create a request for them. We will take some further information before we hand over that item to that particular that particular person, and then finally we close the request. Okay, so in our live demonstration, we're gonna cover this whole process, okay, using the Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform components. Now, is there any some real-time example where I can use this lost and found process? So obviously, we can use that in the hotel management. So if we are creating an app for a particular hotel, we are setting up a mobile application or the website for the hotel management, right? So there might be the possibility there are a lot of guests, stays in the hotel, and they sometimes they lost their items at the receptions in the hotels while checking out, right? So we can simply use this app or the process in the hotels as well. We can use in the malls where, if you're going in a shopping complex, in the malls, in the theaters, and you're losing if you lost some items there, then you can utilize this app there as well. In the offices, so in your organization, if you are using this app, there might be the possibility that you left some items in your office premises, and obviously if you there might be the possibility that you left your items in the public places, maybe in the bus stop, in the street, or in the park. Okay, so there are some real world scenarios where you can simply use this this lost and found process. Now, what are the components that the channels that I'm going to use to incorporate this whole process? So the first thing I'm going to use is the mobile app. Okay, so I'm going to use the mobile app that quickly open that simply take the pictures of that particular lost item and store it in the system. Okay, so that app will be for the help desk agents, okay, and the travel agents. So I'll cover that part in the demo part. Okay. The second channel I'm going to use this self-service portal. So obviously, if I lost my item, I will try to log into that particular organization website and try to log the complaint, right? So I'm going to use the self-service portal. The third channel, I'm going to use the chatbot. Okay, so I'm going to use the Power Virtual Agent. So the Power Virtual Agent can help us identify my lost item as well. And finally, I'm going to use the live chat as well. So if any of the citizens or the people want to directly chat with the organization users or the human agent, they can directly do the live chat as well. All right, so let's quickly have a look at how all these components actually improvise the customer service. So I didn't write a single line of code in order to design this complete process. So let's check that how all the components have used. Okay. All right, so let me first open the mobile app. Okay, so like I was talking about that I have created a mobile app. So let me go to the Power Apps Maker portal. So I have created an app. So this is a Canvas app I have created. Okay, so let me open this lost and found app. So the first step is that so let me open that process so that you can imagine, right? So first is the lost item. So let's suppose I'm using this mobile application for a particular organization, maybe for a office. Okay, and in the office there might be a two set of users or two group of users, login as a staff member or login as a delivery agent. Okay, so the staff member, what the staff member will do is if they found any item in the office premises, maybe the laptop or the wallet, the watch, or maybe anything on the laptop, chargers, anything that someone lost in their premises. Okay, so the staff member will simply log in into the portal, sorry, log in into the application, and they will simply take the picture of that particular stuff and will log in into the system. Okay, the second group of user that can use this app is the delivery agent. So once we identify that this item belongs to this particular person based on some set of rules, some policies, if we identify that this item belongs to this particular person, then that delivery agent can deliver that item to that particular address. Okay, so it's up to the person that they want to get the items from the store, from the office, or they want to get that item from their at their home itself. Okay, so I have actually created this mobile app for two group of users. So or for example, I've lost my the laptop in my office. So someone from the staff member will log in into the app. Okay, and they will be landed on this page where they can see all the list of items that they already logged earlier. Okay, so the laptop, bags, mobile phones, charger, mouse, wallet, watch. Okay, so these all the log items I've already done. So for example, I got one Surface laptop in the office at the reception. Okay, so I will simply go and create a new item. So I will type Surface, Microsoft Surface. Item name I got at the reception is the Microsoft Surface. The description, I found Surface at reception. Okay. All right. So area where where the item got found. So I will select the reception, and the date where I found this item. I will, let's say I'm selecting 24 June, selecting the time at maybe okay 5 p.m. and collected by, I can simply type uh, Okay, now if I have the picture, so since I'm opening this app in the web or then the Power Apps Studio, so I don't have any option to open the camera. But if you open this app in the mobile in the Power Apps application, you can simply open your camera and take the pictures directly of that particular item. So for the time being, I'm just uploading that particular image from here. So let's say I'm already having this surface picture available. So I'll take the picture and will register this request. Perfect. So the request has been registered. So you can see here there is a the red bar is showing that the item is still in the registered mode. It has not been identified that who is the actual owner of that particular surface. Okay, so and you can see this item has been issued, so it's marking as green, and same goes with the mobile phone. So I'm just marking this particular tab using the status. So I got the information like Microsoft Surface has been lost. I found this item at the reception area, the date found by this particular person, and the status. Okay, so this step is done. Now the next part is that log item. So this is also done. Now this the yellow balls representing actually this is the process should be done by the customer. Okay, and the blue blocks representing that this process is done by the organization's employees or the users. Okay, so the found item, log item, found item, log item, this part is done. Okay, now I have to claim for that particular item. So I'm going to use the portal for that. So let me signing it out. So I'm just using this customer self-service portal. So for example, I lost my item in the office. So I will simply go to the company website or the portal where the portal name is the lost and found portal, and I will get some basic details about that lost and found I support, that what information what can I do from this portals. I have the chatting option available. So what I can do is I can simply sign in first. So for the timing, I'm using the Azure AD authentication. So once I log into the website, I will go to the support and will choose the option lost and found. I can directly send my query to the contact us page, and the claim request is basically showing all my previous or the old request that has been made. OK, so I will go to the lost and found page. Now in the lost and found page, you can see all the items that is been lost. So currently the item that is been logged from the by the staff member is been available on the portal, right? So you can see all the lost item is directly available here. You can directly have a look. So the latest item is the Microsoft Surface. So I found that, yeah, this is my item that I lost in the reception. So I can directly click on claim. OK, so once I click on claim, I need to provide my email address just to confirm that I am the authorized one. So once I provide this, if I click on confirm, it will actually create a request on behalf of me. All right, so I got the message. Thank you. Your claim request has been registered successfully, and the claim request ID is this. OK, now I can simply copy this, and if I go to the claim request part, it will list down all the requests that I have made actually. So if you can see here, these all the requests I have done previously. So this is the latest request, and currently it is in progress state. OK, so I can simply log into the portal and track the request. OK, so you can imagine, right? I have already I've actually logged the request without being interacted with the call center agent. So how simple it is, because I might have called to the customer call center agents. I can provide a lot of informations, and then I can register the request. So this will create a lot of overhead on the contact center agents, but I can directly go to the portal. I can simply register the request and can track that as well. All right. So this is the one way how I can do that. The second way to do that, I'm just signing it out for the time being. All right, this is the first way that how I can log the request. So I've actually claimed the item and the request has been created. So this two process has been done by the customer. OK, now the second way to do that is the chatting option that I've already told you. So to do that, I'm going to use the two kind of chatting option. One is chatbot and second is the live chat. OK, So as long as I don't need to interact with the live agent, my Power Virtual Agent will interact with the customer. OK, so what I will do is I will simply open the chatting option, and here I need to fill some information. Since I'm the anonymous user, I need to provide some sort of information like my full name. So I will provide my name. OK. All right, so I provided my name and I need to provide my email address, and there is an option to provide the consent, right? So due to some GDPR constraint, you need to provide this consent. It might not be needed in all the countries, but in the Europe it is needed that you are asking for the consent that you are providing this information for the personal use. OK, so I need to provide the consent and submit. So as soon as I submit that, I can start talking with the virtual chat agent. OK, so I'm not going to chat directly with the human agent as long as it is really required. As I told you that I have to reduce the overhead of the call center agents, right? So if you can see, the virtual agent is greeting me like, hi, I'm virtual agent. I can help you with queries, complaint, escalations, and more. So what can I help you with today? So I need to raise a claim request. So I will choose a request. Now it's asking me like what type of request you want to make for lost item, or you want to order something. So I will choose the lost item. Please help me identify your item name. So my item was Surface Pro. OK. Then it will ask me the questions about the descriptions. So enter more details about your item to help us identify it in our deposit locker. So I will say that I lost Surface somewhere at reception. OK. All right. So this virtual chat agent is trying to, get all the sort of information from me in order to identify in the internal database, because as soon as the staff member logged this request, it actually created in the system, right? So in order to identify whether we already have that particular item in our database or system, this virtual chat agent is basically trying to ask all sort of questions. OK, now it's asking me enter the date when you lost the item. So I can simply provide 20 of June 2021. OK. Now, do you know the area where you lost the item? So probably it's the reception. Please classify your lost item. So it's asking whether this item was valuable, non-valuable, or the perishable. So I would classify it as a valuable item. All right, so it has taken enough information. Now it's asking me like, sorry to hear that, we will try our level best to find your item on your premise. Meanwhile, please allow me to log a request for you. Do you want to continue? So now what this virtual chat agent is going to do is it actually going to create a case that I've already done from this particular lost and item tab, right? So it's going to create a request for me. So I'm going to create a request from here. So I will choose yes. So as soon as I will choose yes, it will again ask me the email ID just to confirm. OK, so I will simply provide my email address. All right. All right, so as soon as I provide my email address, the virtual chat agent will go into the CRM and will create a request for me. So you can see, thank you. We have successfully logged an item lost request for you. The ID is this. Please use this ID to track the request and provide it to our customer agent if necessary. Now it automatically create a case for me, but still it is asking me like, would you like to close this conversation now, or would like to do a live chat with our customer service representative. Okay, so I have two options now here. I can directly end the conversation because my request has been closed, but still if I want to, since my item is valuable, I want to talk to the live human agent, so I will choose the option chat with the human agent. So as soon as I will choose the option chat with human agent, this chat will automatically transfer to the human agent, which is being currently available in the Dynamics 365. Okay, so it's saying, all right, please give me a moment while I'm transferring your chat to one of your customer agents. Now, if I go back to the CRM, so this is my Omni channel. So if you can see here, this is my Dynamics 365 instance. We are open the Omni channel. So I got the request, chat request from the Office Srivastav. Okay. So the status is showing busy. Okay, so I'm accepting this chat. Now the interesting part is that as soon as I accept this chat, it automatically identifies the portal user. Okay, despite of I'm not being logged in into the portal. If you can see here, I'm not being logged in into the portal. Okay, but it's still based on the information I have provided, it automatically identify the contacts in the CRM. Okay, now the fun thing is that I will be having the agent scripts available. Now this agent script help me identify, okay, help me close this particular problem. So I don't need to think too much that what I'm going to what I'm going to convey the particular thing to the customer. Okay, what conversation I have to make with the customer. I already have the intelligence available here. So first I need to greet customer. So say hi, hello, good morning. And then I need to ask customer for lost item pictures. So if the customer is already having some old pictures of Surface, they can provide so that you can simply verify that. So any old picture of that particular item. Then I need to get the customer ID proof. So required customer ID proof to process the request. And once all the information is done, we will tag the lost item with the request. So we already have the lost item that is being registered through the mobile app. So we will tag that particular lost item with this request. And finally, we will ask check for delivery options. So whether the customer wants to get this item from the store itself, from the office itself, or they want to get it delivered at their home address. Okay. All right. So first I will greet the customer. So I will just so another thing is that whatever I have what conversation the Power Virtual Agent has done with the particular customer, all the history is being available in the with the human agent as well. So they can simply have a look at what conversation has already made with the customer, and based on that they can simply revert on that particular query. Okay, so I need to first greet the customer as per my agent script. So I will say here with. Okay, so here is my portal. Hi. Okay. Now the first thing is done. I need to ask customer for lost item picture. So I will ask customer, do you have any pictures of the Surface? All right. So yeah, of course. Okay. Now I have the attachment option available. So I can directly attach a particular image. So if I go to the download, I have the Surface image available. So I will provide the Surface image. Okay. So the human agent will get the picture, so they can simply go and verify in the logged items. Okay. Now this another thing is that I need to get the customer ID proof. So I will ask, can I have your ID proof? Okay. And again, I can simply go to the my browse option and can provide the ID proof. All right, so I have the ID proof because since I'm using for the office premises, so I'm getting this ID proof. I'm getting the pictures. Now the next thing is that tag the lost item with the request. So I finally if I minimize this chat, if you go back to the CRM, you can see the customer has already been identified. If I click on the customer, it will simply open the contact record. Okay, so now I don't need to search the customer. It automatically detect the customer based on the email address I have provided from the chat. Okay, so it automatically open that, and I can simply go to the related tab, and if I go to the cases, I can see all the requests that is been already been made related to this particular thing. So I can find this latest request, like lost request of item Surface Pro. So if I open this particular case, I can get all the information. All right, so customer has registered a case like lost request for the Surface Pro, and the descriptions and everything I can find, like I lost Surface somewhere at the reception. All right, so now I identify the customer that this item is belong to this particular customer based on the verification I have done on the chat. So I will simply go to the log item. So lost item, I have already created a table. So I will simply search Surface in the lost item dictionary. Okay, just give me a moment. We'll go here, and this is a Microsoft Surface. And since the customer wants to get this item on the home, so I will simply ask the customer, do you want to get this item delivered at your home address? So I will say yes, and based on that I will simply choose the option home. Okay, and we'll simply save this request. All right, so the human agent part is done. So now you can imagine that how quickly I have done all these things with a very short span of time without spending much time. Okay, so I will simply confirm your item in found in the deposit locker. It's on the way. All right, so I can simply close the conversation by simply saying thanks, and I can close the chat. Okay, so once I close the chat, I will get the confirmation that customers ended the conversation. So I have the options to simply save this chat to and attach to the cases as well. So there are a lot of features in this Omni channel. Okay, so I can simply do that. So I am just closing this chat. All right, so since I've chosen the option to deliver the item at the home address, I will again go back to my mobile application. So if I go to the mobile app, I will log out from here. Now I will log in as a delivery agent. Okay, so I can simply write a Power Automate, or I can send an email to give the notification to the delivery agent that log into your app and deliver this particular lost item to the particular address. So you can do that as well. So I will simply open the mobile app up. Now I will log in as a delivery agent. Now, as soon as I will log in as a delivery agent, on the top, I can see I have to deliver this particular item. So lost request of item Surface. So this is the description. This is the name of the customer, and this is the address where I have to deliver this item. And this is the time that is being logged. Okay, at the time the item has been lost, and currently it is in progress. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, being a delivery guy agent, I will simply travel at the customer location. Okay, based on the address provided at here, I will open the request, and as soon as I will open the request, I will get the information, and I can simply go and simply call the customer directly on their mobile phone. And if I find any issues finding the customer address, I can simply click on this icon, and it will take me to the Google Map, and it will open the address of the customer. Okay, so since I'm using the deck simply the laptop, so it's opening it in the new tab. But if you opening it in the mobile, it will open the Google Map in your app itself. Okay, now the thing that I have to done it before closing this request, I need to get the signature of the customer. Okay, or the user who is getting this item. So what I'm going to do is, I will simply click here and ask customer to sign over here. Okay, so let's say I am providing a sign. Okay, and click on done. So if you can see here, the signature has been associated to this particular request, and I will simply click on mark complete. So as soon as I will hit the mark complete, if I refresh it, you can see the case has been closed. Now, if I go back to my CRM, Okay, I've already closed that particular window. So you can see here the item has been closed. Okay, now I can simply go and log out from the system. Now, if the staff member wants to track that what is the status, what is the current status of that lost item. So if I again log into the as a staff member, if I refresh it, I can see here the Microsoft Surface status has been changed to issued. All right, so how smooth this process is basically that we can leverage all the features of the Power Platform in the Dynamics 365, and we simply streamline this whole process. Okay, so now the process is closed. So as per the process, the request has been closed and the item has been issued. Okay, now the logic that I'm actually using by using the some of the components like Power Automate. So if I go here, there are a couple of Power Automate I have written. So as I told you that I didn't write any code in order to automate the process, in order to automate my logic. So I have written few Power Automate. So let's open it quickly. Okay, so here are three Power Automate I am using: the close request, upload file in the SharePoint, and the claim request. Okay, so this claim request is basically logging our item in the Dynamics 365 in the Microsoft Dataverse. This close request is basically changing the status to resolved. So as I mark this particular item as completed, so it actually go to the CRM and will close that particular request. And this is the upload file in SharePoint. So the interesting fact is that, so if I go to the portal and if I go to the lost and found app, you can see here there is a list of items is available here. So to design this particular page, I didn't use any code or HTML or the JavaScript. I am actually embedding the Canvas app over here to simply showcase all the lost items. So what I'm doing is, so once I log in as a staff member, once I log the request, it actually create this particular image in the SharePoint directory. So what I'm doing is, on click of this particular check mark, I'm logging the request in that Microsoft Dataverse and I'm storing this particular image in the SharePoint. Now whatever images of lost item I have been storing in the SharePoint, I'm using this particular app, lost item. This app actually is showing all the lost items being stored in the SharePoint, and I'm directly embedding this particular app in my portal, right? So for that purpose also, I'm not writing any sort of code. So this app is directly being used in the portal. Okay. All right, so that's it from my side in order to complete this process. And if you have any questions related to that, you can ask me. And if you want to connect me after this session or after this event, you can get in touch with me through YouTube, through blogs, or through my Twitter channels. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, everyone. If you have any question, please do ask me.
Thanks, Arpit. That's a very practical session, very hands-on. Thank